Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel so weird saying those words because it's been so long since I filmed, at least a month. This is going to be a story time. So story. Once upon a time, the Nigerian thing. But I don't even know where to start from. That's the truth. This is going to be me recounting the situation I found myself in Lagos with Nigerian police. First of all, why is it that I'm more afraid of Nigerian police than unknown armed gunmen? Okay, I'm just going to jump right into the story because I don't even want to. Let me just start and explain what happened. So I'm in Lagos, and this was the day of the Cavemen concert, and we had such a good time. I was there with my friends. It was a vibe. The Cavemen were so good, and I'm pretty sure like a clip is in one of my vlogs from Lagos. But so I'm there. It's a vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody's having a good time. And then after, there was somebody that I wanted to link, right? So one of my friends, and I knew he was going to be at this bar. And one of them ones, right? Like, you're literally going to a bar to go and link somebody. You know, you'll be there for 45 minutes, 1 hour max, and you need to dip. Like, I literally just wanted to see someone. And Lagos has a curfew, which I should add, which nobody respects, right? It has a curfew of 12 a.m. By 12 a.m. you should not be on the roads. Like I said, I went to Lagos and people were acting as if there was no curfew. So me too, I was just when in Rome.
I don't give a heck. Hey. I'm gonna out. Hey. I am going out. Hey. I don't care what people say.
Right? And so we go to 355, we go to link my friend who is there with his friends. And like I said, I just wanted to see him, hang out a little, and then after like 45 minutes to an hour, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go now. Bye. Like, I don't know what I came here to do. And I'm with two of my friends. So two of my friends dropped me there because sorry guys, I'm realizing that I'm out of breath and I'm very tired, and it's because I got my vaccine this morning. So I'm there with two of my friends and we're trying to leave. So we're 3 girls, right? And just because I don't want to cast anybody, I'm going to call girl A, friend A, and friend B. Wow. So anybody that knows that 355 road in Lagos knows that road is one way, right? I am saying anybody in Lagos because I don't consider myself a Lagos babe anymore, right? So I didn't know this. Like, I don't know how to drive, and I definitely do not know how to drive in Lagos. So that road was one way, but my friend knew, girl A knew, and girl A has coconut head. Are you signing? I have coconut head. Her coconut head is on steroids, right? So she knows. And the thing is, because there's a lot of insecurity in Nigeria right now, it was very much a situation of like, we knew that police were going to be waiting already because of the curfew at like certain like locations in VI. So we didn't want to, we were trying to like avoid certain roads, right? So the first thing friend B says as we get into the car is, friend A, I beg go. Like, this road is one way, first of all, and two, like, these are all the roads that I know for a fact police will be waiting like to catch us, type of thing. By the way, this was like at 1:30 a.m. so it wasn't even like it wasn't very late. Do you know what I mean? We were like, yeah, like, we just want to go home. That was what this was. So we get into the car and friend A starts taking the wrong road, realizes her mess up and tries to turn around. In the act of turning around, that is when we are caught. The road is dark AF, like you cannot see a single thing, right? And all of a sudden this police car materializes out of nowhere. Like they must have been sitting down in there sweating, all the lights off, headlights, everything off, waiting to catch somebody, so that they'll just come out and just catch you like a thief in the night. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was so weird. I looked back, there was nobody there. Looked again and there was police. It was so crazy. And the way they did it was they so say the road is like this, they went and now parked like diagonally so that you couldn't move. Like, they blocked the road. So the two guys, they're wearing this new, it's like an army print. So it's that camouflage print, but it's blue and white. I remember that specifically. And apparently that is the new SARS. I know that they disbanded SARS, but that's the new SARS uniform, right? That's the new, like, it's not even really a police unit. Like, why are you on the road? Anyway, police were black. So anyway, we're there and they come out, guns blazing. I'm talking about guns, you know, as in gun in my face. And it is so obvious, first of all, that these guys are on drugs. Like, they're on big, bad, bougie drugs, okay? Like, everybody was just a bit like, why, first of all, why are your eyes so red? Like, why are you sitting there? Why are you drinking and smoking in your car? And also, why are you so hype? This guy came and used his gun to now start hitting friend A's car. Friend A, who was driving, it was her car. I'm in the passenger seat. Friend B is at the back. He starts hitting this car. He's like, bang, 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 bang. And he's like, come out of that car. We've caught you today. Come out of this car. And then he brings out his phone and he starts recording himself saying, come out of this car. So I'm just thinking, if anything, at this point, whatever you're recording is implicating you, because why are you shouting? Like, why are you acting so? I guess he was trying to be like, oh, I've caught you, there's going to be a timestamp on this video, and like, you will see that you're out past curfew. Okay, cool. So what do you want? Do you want money? Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, it's Lagos. They want bar, right? They want cash. They're on their last card. They need money. And the thing is, like, if he came on a tip of like, oh, you guys are not supposed to be doing this, so what do you have for boys? That would have been calm, but he didn't. Like, I was so confused. And don't get me wrong, in saying this, I know that we shouldn't have done that. Like, we shouldn't have been out past curfew, but you have to understand that everybody is out past curfew. As in, nobody respects it in Lagos. It's not a thing. It does not exist, right? And if the crime is taken one way, why are you coming at me with the gun? So I'm sitting down in the passenger seat and obviously I'm panicking. And I remember so clearly, God, I know this is not the Lagos that you had in mind for me, because I said, Lord, I don't actually have the energy. If I'm being honest, like, I cannot. I said, so like this as I am now, I'm going to go to jail. So I'm just a bit like, okay. And then, so one of them is like he starts like kicking the car. He's trying to remove the plate number, because driving without a plate number is illegal, so that we could not drive off. He's doing that. They now start, the second police guy now comes to the passenger seat window, which I'm in, and he's like using his gun to tap on the window. So friend A is saying, don't wind down, or if you wind down, just wind down small. So I wind down small, but because his head is right by the window, he hears her say, don't wind down. He's like, my friend, will you wind down this thing? He starts hitting the window with his gun. So I wind down it, like literally a little bit, like maybe this is what's his wind down. This man puts his hand into the car through this crack in the window and opens the door, and then he comes to my face and he's like, get down, madam, get down. Madam, get down. Meanwhile, friend A is telling me, whispering in my ear, guy, do not get down. If you get down, we are finished. And me we no sabi Lagos. Like, what? I'm just there. Like, if police ask me in London to get down from a car, I'm going to get down. But apparently, this is not how things are working. Like, I honestly, like, I was just so lost. Like, guys, you have to understand that I've not been back. I hadn't been back to Lagos in 3 years, and even before that, like, it's not as if when I was around I was moving. Like, I was always, first of all, I was always with guys driving around. When I say guys, I was always with Jesse, right? I was always with a guy. But the issue is that we were 3 women in this car, and we had the audacity to not even be like answering them. We had the audacity to first of all exist, but we had the audacity to like not be forthcoming with them. So I'm on a praying tip. I'm just there like, God please, and I'm thinking, when I get very, very scared, I get very quiet, and I just start thinking like, okay Chisara, like realistically, this is the situation. You're 3 women in this car. They're not going to grieve for you. They're not going to answer you guys. Like, you guys are, you potentially could be in trouble. I didn't even know if they were real police, because that's a thing that happens. People pretend to be police and kidnap you. Like, honestly, Lagos is just a mad place, and anything can happen, right? And friend A she's on a very aggressive tip, right? Like, I have to say that I feel like when she's backed into a corner, that would be like her go-to reaction. And also, she has been through a lot in Lagos. Like, she's been through so many horrible experiences that I think like she's literally just checked out. There's a part of her that's checked out when it comes to like police and like, security. Like, she's just a bit of an agbero, for lack of a better term. And friend B lives in London with me, down the road actually, and had been in Lagos for a while, so knew more. Had been in Lagos 2 months before I came to Lagos, so knew more about what was going on and stuff. And I remember her saying to me, and had been going back more frequently to Lagos than I had, she was on a begging tip. Like, she was the one that was like, officer, please now, we're your daughters, we're your children, you be our girl, like that. If your daughter does something bad, won't you correct her with love? Don't punish us. No, I'm sorry, friend B was killing me. If you heard her begging, it was beautiful. Actress Lomo. I was just like, so you're like this. I can see how she doesn't usually enter trouble. Yeah, I can see it, because she has sense. So we're 3 very different personalities in this car at this point, is the point I'm trying to make, right? So this guy, and mind you, the door is open, he's in my face. He even reaches over to unbuckle my my seatbelt. As in, that's how, like, this man was mad. Both of them were insane. So the other one is still there screaming and kicking and doing all sorts, and this guy comes, he's like beside me, but by the passenger side, and he's like, he tells me at least 10 times, get down and go to the back. I want to enter the car. We're driving off. We'll go to station. That's what he kept saying. And friend A was like, why? Like, why are you taking us to say, like it doesn't make any sense. Why? Like, what is our crime? Is it the one way? Okay, like, then what do you want? But like, why are we going to this station? He now said that we're going to Alausa. We're in VI. VI is island. Alausa is mainland. At 1:30 a.m. I think not. Yeah, no, we're not doing that, right? Like, nobody's going to go to Alausa at 1:30 a.m. Are you sick? And I remember thinking, I'm in very, very big soup. Wow, I'm gonna die tonight. And so I start thinking, like, who can help us? And I remember that literally the guys we went to link are literally up the road, right? They're just up there. So I have to hand friend B my phone, because the guy is still being so aggressive to me. The whole time this is happening, he's screaming, madam, get down from this car. You don't want to see me angry. Get down from this car. Get down and go to the back. I said go to the back. So you mean I can be talking to you and you're not answering me? Meanwhile, friend A is telling me, do not get down from this car. If you get down and go to the back, we are done. I don't know if you can understand how mad this situation is. This is dead of night. Like, that road is not well lit. There's no road that's well lit in Lagos. Let's start from there. But that road in particular is dark, right? And they've just materialized from nowhere. And where I'm a little tipsy, I'm a little waved. Like, the whole thing is just a mess. We even had alcohol in the car that we weren't drinking, by the way. Like, it was, I think it was from before, when we were trying to before going to the concert. But like, there was just the whole thing was just a mess. Like, there was like incriminating stuff in the car that they could have said to like pile on. Like, the whole thing was a big old mess. So anyway, I'm secretly passing friend B the cups to be pointing out from behind, because the guy is still like facing me. And so yeah, he's like screaming at me and everything. So I give friend B my phone, and I'm like, call, you know, the guy that we were with and like that we literally just hung out with, call him, like send him live location, like make, like just tell him what's happened, tell him to come, like to this, like tell him so sorry for like ruining, like I felt so bad, but I was like, you need to tell somebody we're here. So she did, and what she did was really smart. She actually called him, put him on speaker, but told him to be quiet so that he could listen. And this was the point where the guy now said, we're going to allow her. That one now said, no, you guys need to store, like you guys need to store, like we're coming right now, but you need to store, like you're not, if you leave that place, you're in very big soup, right? So we now start looking for ways to store, right? The guy has now gotten into oh, by the way, he so when he now comes around to the side of the car, he says to me, no, his partner, the one who had been kicking and trying to remove the plate number, comes around and he pushes his friend away, and he like comes all up in my face and he's like, he's been asking you nicely, do you want to see what it's like when we don't ask nicely? He now puts his hand on his gun. Ha, Chineke God. I had to say, friend, hey, bye, I'm not doing it again, I'm actually going to the back, it's not worth it, like I'm not going to be shot at, because this is literally like the whole thing was so crazy, and like it just kept escalating from nothing. Like it was one of those things that was like, I can't do this with you guys, I'm going to the back. And then when I got to the back, I left the door open. He now got into the car and said that friend A should start driving. Meanwhile, friend B is still on begging. She's still begging, and she said, oh God, please now correct us in love, that you be our God, we be your pikin. Like she was saying all sorts, anything to like sweeten, you know. Meanwhile, I'm there at the back, like still texting. Like I had texted the friend who I was staying with at the time as well, like, guy, look at what's happening, this is my live location, like I don't know, just in case something happens, like please. So yeah, so and I knew that the boys were coming, right? So oh my goodness, it was just a crazy time. So I get into the back and I leave the door open because he tells friend A to start driving. And she's like, drive where? Where am I going? Again, to store, right? So I now leave the door open. So as the car was driving, my door was wide open. But like, because of that, she was now driving very slowly. When I tell you, like, we were just doing anything to not have to like start driving to where this guy wanted to get us to. We now get to Sanusi Fa, I don't know how to pronounce it. Sanusi Fa something, sure. That's the name of the one with the garment care. Anyway, if you're a Lagosian, like, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, we got to the adjacent road, right? And then on that road was where the boys now linked us. So they come out of their car. By the way, all the begging that friend B was doing was now working, to the point that the policeman told friend A to shut up, that he doesn't want to hear her voice again. Because them two were arguing in the front, right? So he was like, shut up, I don't hear your voice again. I just want to talk to friend B at the back. So that one was now like, God, please. So he actually now said, okay, park there. If you're Nigerian, you know that when the police tells you park, you're no longer in trouble, but you're going to drop bar, right? Like you're going to spend money. And it was at the point where they were like, okay, where he was like, okay, park there, that this guy now came with his friends and stuff, and they came on a very, very annoying tip. Like I'm very grateful if you watch this. Like they came on a very like, oh guy, is it these babes, is it these stupid babes that they're not worth it now, come and talk to us, come and talk to the big boys type of thing, like come on and they had to do that to get, because this guy was so aggressive, they had to do that to get him away from the car and away from us. Like it had to be a thing where it was like, oh God, don't mind them now, like they're not worth all of this hassle type of thing, like just free them, like come with us. And that's how they got this guy, basically saying, don't mind these stupid babes. And we're stupid, but only small. You didn't have to go there. Anyway, they now took the guy away. These men were talking for like half an hour. No joke. I was sitting down in this car on the phone to my friend who I was staying with for half an hour, just so confused. Like, and explaining that, oh, like, you know, like the boys had come, like I think we're okay now type of thing. And I know they dropped that. So today nobody has told me how much like we cost. But I know they dropped money. But But it was one of those things. It's one of those things that, like, on a serious note, like, if I'm being very honest, Nigerians have normalized, right? Like, it is normal. People are used to this. After this happened to me, I was talking about it to a couple of people, like, for the rest of my trip, and everybody was like, oh yeah, babe, normal, like, and that's normal. That's what happens in Lagos. LOL. Ironic. No. I don't subscribe. Nobody can tell me that the way things work in Lagos is normal. You can use any other word. You cannot use normal. It's not normal, and I will never accept it as normal. Police should not be treating people that way. That thing was so deep that the next morning, me and my friend, well, I in particular was very shaken up, but my friend, I was staying with friend B was shaken up too, to the point that, like, we weren't going to tell her mom what happened, but, like, her mom could tell something had happened. She was looking at us. She just told her mom, and her mom was like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry, but I told you. The story could have gone so left. I told you guys, come back home before 12. And I was even like, I'm sorry, auntie. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do them again. I'm entering a car past 12 that does not have a man inside, because that is it too. As mad and as backwards and all the terms that is, you have to have a man in the car. The insult was based on women in the car and alone, looking like IJGBs, and, you know, like, it was a mad time. The next morning, first of all, I couldn't sleep at all, and I had a really bad panic attack, and I haven't had a panic attack in a long time. I had a panic attack, and I remember, like, so this guy who, like, saved us, I remember talking to him the next morning, and he was like, how are you feeling? Like, how are you? And I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to lie, like, I'm not feeling great. Like, I feel very, like, I actually feel sick, and I had a panic attack and everything. And I remember him saying, like, no, but come on, that's normal. And then he literally, the next text was, actually, you know what, like, basically he had to check himself. He was like, no, you know what, I'm the one that's mad. Yeah, I'm the one that's mad, because nothing about the way things work in this Lagos is normal. Why, genuinely, guys, why am I more afraid of police than armed robbers? Why am I more afraid of police than kidnappers in Lagos? It does not make any flipping sense. Anyway, guys, that's the recounting of the story of how I almost got arrested by police in Lagos. Fun times. Goodbye.